For some reason, it's a little bit difficult for you to hear when I have my earplugs on and my earphones on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So rather than give myself that problem, I decided to take off the earphones and talk so that I know you can hear me. Good day, shipmates. My name is Nate Jones. Well, yesterday I went out in search for a job. As you know, and as I've been sharing with you, that I've been out of work for quite some weeks now, quite some time. And it is not because of my style of work, and it's not because of my work ethics. It is because of my 3 days on and my 4 days off. They say that I should work 4 days on and 4 days off. But I've been doing something interestingly different. I've been doing that for almost a year. Well, actually almost 2 years, and with no problem. But as with human nature, when people see you get to do something that they themselves can't do, then they find a problem with that. Now, of course, they have a right to do what I was doing because, you know, who can afford to work 3 days on and 4 days off? If you work 3 days on and 4 days off, and you get your pay in reference to that work, then all of a sudden you recognize maybe that's not a really good idea. But for the mere fact that I'm doing something that seemingly is of a benefit to me, without them looking deeper into that benefit, they automatically just think that, how can he get to do that and I can't? So as a result of that, it created a problem, notwithstanding what that problem really was. Make a long story short there. The job started calling me on those days that I was not willing to work and I was not willing to go in. And as a result of that, yeah, I just didn't have a job. Okay. So finally, I went out in search of a job. And I went into this one place and was asking about work, and they looked at me and said, oh, he's looking for a managerial position. Maybe the cap that I was wearing, excuse me, said manager, so they thought that I was looking for a managerial job. It was working in a retail place, you know, and they called the manager down for me, and the manager was on the phone, and so I had to wait, and the lady was describing the job to me, and she was like, can you do this? And I said, well, ma'am, you know, I've been in, not just in retail, but I was a regional director. And, you know, sales is my, yeah, I love sales, so it's not a problem, you know, sales. And then she took me into this section of the store, away from the men's department, into a bunch of female clothes. And she says, do you think you can hang up and present and yada yada yo, yada yada yay? I told her, well, ma'am, I noticed that you have me in the female section. She's like, oh yes, you know, this will be your section to have to handle. And I said to the lady, ma'am, I'm a black man with a bald hat, a big black man with a bald head. And she started smiling and laughing. I'm like, ma'am, that's that's not going to be possible. And she said, no, we're not prejudiced. It doesn't matter. I said, ma'am, you know, yeah, That will not be possible. Women terrify me. I am very terrified of women. Not that I can't relate to them, not that I can't serve them, but I feel myself at a disadvantage when it comes to that. So I told her, in no uncertain terms, I don't think so. By this time, the lady who was on the phone, the manager, got off the phone and wanted to speak to me, and I said to her, ma'am, I am backing out slowly. And she started laughing. Why? And she overheard the conversation. I said, ma'am, it is absolutely no way that me being big black man with the bald head is going to try to sell clothes to white European ladies who are coming for fashion. I don't think so. And while they were laughing and I was laughing, I was backing down the steps away from that scene and situation. Needless to say, my search was an interesting one. Now, of course, I came across one place and I walked in the place and I said to the ladies in the store, can I get the manager, please? And they said, well, no, we can help you. I said, no, I think the manager might be able to help me a little bit more. Because the one thing I've learned is that sometimes when you talk to people, they can assess you and try to tell you what they think. This, that, and their opinion is irrelevant to me. What's more relevant to me is getting to the source to help me with my need. And in this case, the manager has the ticket to my need. So when, of course, the manager showed up, I simply said to him, sir, my pockets are empty and I'm trying to fill them. Of course, it throws him off because he's wondering what he has to do with my pockets. And then I say to him, I'm looking for a job. The smile breaks the ice. The understanding rivets home to his mind. And it makes it easy for both of us to communicate about what it is that I need versus what it is he's looking for. Needless to say, I had a good time searching. I got a lot of prospects. One told me to come back because one, they overspent and they need to recoup some of that money before they hire, and they need people. And he was like, if you can come back in 3 weeks, I assured him by God's grace, if that's the case, I will come back. And he is the one that hires. So, needless to say, in 3 weeks, if I need a job still, I can always go back to him. And of course, that's a really nice job there awaiting me. But I really don't have 3 weeks, so I continued my search. Needless to say, I have an appointment today for another job. And I will go on that interview today. Also, there's another gentleman supposed to give me a call concerning a job. And that was a job that when I was doing when I first came here into Peterborough. And not only that, but it's not too far away from where I live, which means that I only need to catch one bus, if that, because I can also walk to the job. But of course, if I walk, I probably get there hot and sweaty. Maybe walking back will not be a bad idea, depending on blah, blah, blah. But here's the interesting thing that I found out about yesterday that really got me thinking. My job was paying me $9.95 per hour. I found out yesterday that minimum wage here in the UK is $9.50. So I was actually getting 45 pence above minimum wage. Now, of course, when I first started working, I really couldn't care how much they was paying me as long as it was able to meet the needs of my lifestyle. And if you can get paid in 1 week what it costs you to live in a month, I'm fine with that. But when I found out that a minimum wage is $9.50, and I was doing all kind of flips to get to my job for $9.95, I became more relaxed in looking for any job because I really didn't care. I had lost all reservations about what kind of job I found. As long as it was going to pay me, I knew that I would be okay. So, I'm a little slow at times on certain things. And that's just because I'm a bushman. Yeah. Yeah. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God can not do for me. And so, in your face, in real time, I'm living out before you this journey from this raft on my way to more. I am so thankful to you for coming aboard and joining me on this epic Nate Jones journey. I hope to start putting in the description some of the links to some of my products so that as I go along I can show you the outcome of the conversations that we've been having. It is true. My name is Nate Jones. I do welcome you aboard. And I have spoken.